delighted to be here, and I'm delighted to speak to you about something that I am really passionate about. And I am really passionate about elevator pitches. And lately I've had this incredible aha. I thought, you know what? We've made a huge mistake. A really big mistake. Because we've been treating these elevator pitches like an ending. Like an ending. So what do? We go to networking meetings, we go to leads clubs, and we get up, and we speak for 30 seconds, or we speak for 60 seconds, and we spend a little bit of time, we put some sentences together, we deliver this elevator pitch as quickly as we can for many of us, because it's so uncomfortable, because we're a little uneasy, and maybe because we haven't prepared as much as we should have prepared, and I'll get to that later on. But then it's over. We're done, right? Okay, this week, forget it. I don't have to think about it again until next week, or the next meeting that I go to, right? Does everybody get that one? Yeah. Right. So we treat it as an ending. And that is a huge, huge mistake. Because the truth is, your 60-second elevator pitch is a beginning. It is the beginning of the relationship that you are going to start with potential clients. It is an introduction to you, your services, the experience that you can offer people, the change that you can offer people that they can then take and bring to their clients. It is the beginning, not the ending. And that makes a huge difference. Because where do we go from there? Well, then there's a 20-minute presentation, like what I'm doing tonight. And then people, your audience, your tribe, at least that's what you're trying to create, gets to come to this type of setting to listen to you speak about something you're incredibly passionate about, to listen to you and get some ideas, make some changes. And then, well, there's a 40-minute presentation that you can offer, right? Because now you're getting more experience. Now you have more to say. Now you want to deepen that connection. And then you get a full hour if you're really good. They invite you up for a full hour. And again, you're strengthening that relationship. You're sharing your passions, your joy. This is a platform. I mean, this is incredible. And if you want to go even further, you work on a signature speech. That speech that clearly defines who you are and what you want to offer. I'm gonna make it even bigger. What you want to offer the world. Never mind just your clients. The experience you want to offer to everyone. And that's amazing. And that's something we should all want. Not just to get up for 30 seconds and deliver a little message. Right? If we think about it like that, then that's what it is. But if we think about it as this huge opportunity to build that tribe, to really show people who we are and what we can do for them, talk about success. As opposed to thinking, I'm going to get up, I'm going to deliver my 30-second infomercial, elevator pitch, whatever you want to call it, and maybe I'll sell one product. Maybe I'll get one new client. Why would you want to do that? Why? When there is so much more. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I was also thinking about it in terms of dating. I was thinking, you know, it's kind of like that first date, right? I mean, we take our time, we put in the effort, we make sure we look good, we smell good, we sound good, don't we?
Sure.
Haven't we?
Yes.
All right. And why do we do this? It's not because it's a date. We do this because of what this first date could mean. This first date could mean marriage. It could mean, come on now. It could mean love. It could mean really hot sex. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, it could mean that. And why not? We're adults, you know. It could mean children. It could mean grandchildren. The point is, wow, that I know. I mean, but that's what goes on in our minds, obviously maybe not consciously all the time, around that first date. So much opportunity. And it's the same thing with your elevator pitch. There is so much opportunity. So tonight, we start at the beginning. And we start by crafting an awesome, powerful message for you that starts that relationship, that launches you on your way, that helps you with that first step up on that business stage. Why? Because we want there to be another step, don't we? Right. We want this relationship to develop. So let's get you started. Let's craft some awesome elevator pitches. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I want you to take a few notes and follow along. And the first thing I'm going to talk about, to me, which is really, really key, is addressing who you are in your elevator pitch. And when I say, who are you, I don't mean your name, and I don't mean your title, okay? Because that's pretty easy to figure out. Mary Sure, Allstate Insurance. Okay, we get that. But who is Mary Sure? Who are you? Here's where we get to reveal ourselves. We get to share a little bit about ourselves so people in that audience get to decide if they want to work with us, if they want to continue that relationship with us. And that's only going to happen if we share ourselves, if we open up, if we take a risk, if we're daring, if we don't stand up here and sound like everybody else. And so I once created a little elevator pitch where I just, what did I say? I said, I am a funny, fabulous woman. That's who I am, a funny, fabulous woman. And I know that's a really strong statement, but you know what? That's exactly what I think I am. Many more things, but definitely funny and fabulous. And so I wanted to put it out there. Who wants to work with a funny, fabulous woman? Well, the people who were sitting in the audience who thought they were funny and fabulous, definitely. There you go. And then the people who were sitting in the audience who didn't feel so funny and who didn't feel so fabulous and wanted some of that. Because as you know, the people who hire us, half of the time, they hire that experience of what we can give them, what they're missing, what they see in us that they want. And so funny and fabulous on that particular evening worked out beautifully for me. So what I want to ask each one of you to write down now, a few words to describe who you are. At your core, who are you? Write them down, and then I want volunteers. I want to hear who you are.
I said I wouldn't talk.
I know you said you wouldn't talk.
Here I am, first one.
Hold on.
Creative, kind, tenacious.
Love it. Creative, tenacious. Now, wouldn't that sound great in an elevator pitch? Mm-hmm. I'm tenacious. So what does that mean? What can you do for people with that tenacious spirit? Wow. You can do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the same one, creative, and then I took your funny. Creative, funny, easygoing, and detail-oriented.
Okay, important things to know about you, especially with what you do. Very important.
They might not like the funny part of what I do, but
and why not? It's who you are. So, you know, you're not going to go into a relationship if you're funny and you're going to hide that sense of humor. You're just not. So anyone who doesn't have a sense of humor is probably not going to want to work with you. I mean, you know, let's be honest. If they're a big sourpuss and they don't want to laugh. And more importantly, why would you want to work with them? And we'll talk about this a little later on. You don't want to work with everybody. You really don't. And not everybody wants to work with you. And you know what? That's okay. It's more than okay. So somebody else, who are you?
I'm a random windstorm.
A random windstorm! I love it! I love it, and now I dare you to put it in your elevator. She sells insurance. She sells insurance. But you know what? I love it because who else is going to stand up and say that I'm a random windstorm? I mean, and I sell insurance. You know, right out of the gate, you're going to knock everybody else out. Like, they're just going to be like, who is this wild woman? I love it. She takes risks. She's out of the box. You know, I definitely want to hire her. But that's what I'm looking for. That's interesting. Getting up and telling people I am responsible and professional and dedicated is boring. Boring. And I'm sure it's true. I'm sure you're all of those things, and it's boring. You know, and if you only have one opportunity to attract someone and make a difference, please leave those words out of your elevator pitch, because really, you're just going to sound like everybody else. So let's move on to the next element that's really important. What do you do? What do you do? Now, along the same lines, and you're going to get the theme eventually of how I work, I don't want to hear that you're a lawyer. I don't want to hear that you sell insurance. I mean, we're going to know that. We're going to know that from your title. Of course, we need to know that about you. But I want to know big picture thinking. What do you do for people? And so I'm going to go back to my elevator pitch that I created once upon a time, and I said, I am a funny, fabulous woman who helps you come alive. Who helps you come alive. That's what I do. I was going for an emotional response here. I was speaking to everybody in the audience that was feeling stuck, that needed a boost, that needed some motivation, that needed me to wake them up. That's who I was speaking to. And again, I wasn't just pulling this out of the air. That's what I do for people. That's what I do. So I'm asking you, aside from all the wonderful things that you do for people that we already understand, what do you do? All right, volunteers. What do you do, Nancy? Wants to, I mean, that's huge. Wants to add more life to your years. That says it all about you. That's huge. Wonderful. Somebody else, what do you do?
I make your room say welcome home.
Nice. Very nice. See, everybody's kind of like, oh, warm, fuzzy, nice home. Yes.
I am a freaking awesome, amazing, incredible woman who loves to make people happy by saving them money.
Hello. Hello, freaking amazing, wonderful, blah, 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 by helping people save money. I mean, oh my God. Okay. I mean, just because of the way she set it up, I want to know you. You're different, and you're going to save me money. Wow. That's exciting. I love that, out of the box. Wonderful. What else? What do you do? Somebody else. Yes.
Okay. I'm a helpful communicator to help people to achieve a common goal.
To help people achieve a common goal. I'm going to ask you to go even deeper, Elizabeth. I mean, you put people into homes. You build their future. You give them a place to call home. You bring smiles to faces, tears to people's eyes. I mean, without, okay, I'm going to start crying. She's like, I just bought a home. I'm feeling moved. But I mean,
So to speak.
that's, right. You know, that's huge. That's huge what you offer people. And so that's what I want you to be looking for, the experience. What is the experience that you offer people? Go deeper, because that's what is going to make people want to come over and talk to you later on. The experience. That's what you have to play to. I'm an actor, so we're always looking for subtext, and we're always looking for intention, and we're always looking to connect with our audience, and so we go to the emotions right away. That's what moves people. And once they're moved, they're connected. And then the conversation continues. So just a little deeper, because you offer so much more than working on a common goal. You really do. Beautiful. Somebody else. Somebody else. Lydia.
Save lives and marriages to creating healthy and quiet sleep.
And I love that. I love that. Saving marriages. and, you know, creating healthy and quiet sleep. I mean, there's so much in that. There's so much in that. Just the part about saving marriages. I mean, we're all laughing, ha ha, but really, if you have someone, you know, if you have a partner who's got sleep apnea and you know what that's like, your comment is huge. I mean, it means a lot. Keeping couples in the same bed, that's huge. It's going to get a chuckle, but for those people who have those issues, they're going to want to come and see you. They're going to want to hear more about how you can do that. So that's wonderful. Somebody else, what do you do? Come on. What do you do? Joanne.
I'm a compassionate, I lost my voice.
That's okay.
I'm a compassionate, friendly, and strong woman.
Who effectively listens and directs you towards solutions.
Who listens and effectively directs you towards solutions. Lovely. And you're a therapist, so for you, that's just a beginning. Directs you towards solutions. And then the strong, you know, the strong woman. I mean, that's really solid. That's a really solid feeling coming from a therapist. You want a strong therapist. You don't want a wishy-washy therapist. And again, we're laughing, but that's really important. That people get to see that out of the gate and get to hear that from you. That's really important. And those people who are looking for that strength that they're not feeling right now in their own relationships, in themselves, that's a beacon, right? That strength is a beacon. So I would encourage you to mention that again and again. I think that's huge. Here's the thing. People want to open up to you, for you. They want to connect with you. They want to find that right person. So what I'm telling you is make it really easy for them. They shouldn't have to search for you. You should be this beacon in front of them. Okay, I need a great therapist. There she is. Did you hear what she said? And then we're going to talk about how she, you know, how you can craft that, Joanne, based on who that audience is and how you know your audience. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But now I want to move on to the next question, which is, why do you do what you do? Simon Sinek. Who knows Simon Sinek, the author of Start With Why? If you don't know him, go get that book. It's fabulous, business owners. He says, people don't buy what we do, they buy why we do it. Why we do it, not what we do. And for lasting success, you really need to know that, and that sets you apart from everybody else. So, why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? And sometimes my why, I don't actually say it, but I deliver it. And we'll talk about delivery in a moment. When I deliver my elevator pitch, the joy and the passion and the excitement that I feel when somebody rocks their elevator pitch or nails a presentation comes out. I make sure it's all over what I'm saying. And that's how you know why I do what I do. And sometimes it's great to just name it. Terry, I told you I'd be picking on you. Why do you do what you do?
I do this work because it's the only thing I want to do.
And that is a beautiful ending. And she just names it. It's all I want to do. Wow. Oh my gosh. She's the photographer I want. Definitely. All right, so anybody, why do you do what you do? Why do you do what you do? Somebody else, one more, because we got to move along. Lana?
There aren't enough rooms in my house to use all the beautiful things.
I love it. I mean, that's fabulous, and it's funny, which is what you said you were. So I'm going to encourage you to put that into your elevator pitch. And then the last element that is really key here is knowing your audience. Who do you want to work with? Who is sitting out there for you? And again, it's not everybody. You need to know what experience, and I'm going to use that word again, experience they want from you. Not just that one-shot deal. They want an experience and they want a change from you. And you need to know what that looks like. You need to know their happiness, their joy. You need to know their problems so that you can address it. And again, you're not making this up. It's what you do. It's your gift. But you need to be really intentional in your message so they hear you, so that you're naming it. Again, so they don't have to work hard to find you. Does that make sense? So I want you to think about that as well. The last piece I'm going to cover really quickly is you've got all the elements you need to put together an awesome elevator pitch. And then people are going to be dying to work with you and to follow you and to share you and to become your tribe member and then talk about success. And the one thing I am going to ask you to do is I am going to ask you, once you have crafted it, is to rehearse it, is to not wing it. And don't get up there with a piece of paper, people. You stand up here because you have owned it, memorized it, and then you take all that joy and happiness you feel about the work you love and you share it. And then you share it, and then you wow everybody who listens to you. Everybody. And that is how you deliver an awesome elevator pitch. And Nancy, did you say my time is done? Well, my time may be done, but this is just the beginning for us. So thank you very much, and I hope you go out and create an awesome elevator pitch.